Okay. What's up, guys? I'm Harley Roxx with Rock Rage Radio, your host for Louder Than Hell with Harley Roxx. Let me just mute that. Oh my god. I am here with Lyric Noel. What's up, girl?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, going good. Nice and cold, finally.
I love it. Our salon's been closed for like 3 days.
Oh, yeah. Because y'all got
Mm,
snow up there, right?
yeah, we did.
Lucky.
Not
You-
really. I
I wish
actually
I had
sent
snow down here.
Russell out to the grocery store while I'm doing this, and then I
Oh,
realized, I'm like, oh crap, I didn't make a good list, so I really hope he brings back everything I asked him to bring.
sweet deal. So you've been having a lot going on.
Yes.
A lot. Oh my goodness. So we'll start at the very beginning. What made you want to start doing music?
I started singing when I was 5, um, and my favorite movies were The Lion King and Pocahontas, and so that's where it all began.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I sang Colors of the Wind and literally my dad had like a picnic conference or something when I was like 5 and they
Yeah.
set me up with Colors of the Wind karaoke track.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, Lion King was definitely a favorite of mine's. Real quick, favorite song off the Lion King.
Oh, definitely. I just can't wait to be king and then Scars song was my favorite.
Those were mine too, because I remember me and my best friend, we'd like, act out Simba and Nala's.
Oh my God, same.
That's so awesome. So, as far as all of your original stuff, how long have you been doing that with Russell?
You mean like my original music or just
Everything
oh
in general. I mean, I think I've met you kind of when I added you on Facebook a few years ago.
yeah.
When I first aired, it was the one before I put a spell on you, but because I remember then you released that one.
What one was that?
I want to say, what was that 2020, 21?
I can't remember which one that was. Are you talking about To Hell With You?
Yeah, yeah,
That was an original.
cool.
Um, that was before. So I've actually always been into metal music, but I mean, I kind of veered off into the alternative rock sound just to
Mhm.
because at the time metal music wasn't getting the recognition I feel like it deserved. But alternative and stomp and clap rock was the popular thing. So I decided to discover that, or started to explore that, not discover that.
Mm.
Um, but those song lyrics I had sitting in a freaking binder for years, and then he had just wrote the music, and then I put it all together.
That's really cool. I kind of feel like that's kind of what I have too. Because I literally on my phone have like probably enough lyrics for like two EPs. I'm just like, just need to figure that part out. But so you have a new song coming out.
Yes.
So y'all started doing the metal covers of different pop songs and of course the Christmas songs with Carol of the Bells and
Yeah.
This Is Halloween with Daedric. So that's awesome. So what made you want to start getting into doing like more of the metal covers and going on TikTok and stuff?
Well, the first song that we kind of veered off into doing metal covers of was the Midnight Sky,
Hmm.
Miley Cyrus's song,
Oh, cool.
and that had a pretty decent response. And then so I was still kind of doing that alternative rock for my original stuff, but
Yeah.
turning metal songs or turning excuse me, pop songs into metal covers.
Yeah.
Um, and that just seemed to get a better response. And then Stranger Things came along, and now everybody loves metal. So,
Yeah.
which is great because I mean, I felt like I was just in this like tiny little bubble of people that liked metal, and it was just like I don't know. Now all these young kids like it, so that's even better. So that means it's marketable to more than just one audience, which is great.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and I kind of feel even before that, like in 2019 when The Dirt came out, of course, you know, because Machine Gun Kelly plays Tommy Lee, a
Yes.
whole bunch of like the younger generation is now like, you know, big into not just, you know, metal on the whole, but like getting into that like Motley Crue. And then they started doing a lot of those biopics with like, I know Kiss is supposed to be coming out with one, but they had the Queen one with Bohemian Rhapsody and then the Elton John one. So I'm like, it's really cool that the younger kids get to experience kind of like what we grew up on.
I
You know?
think so
And
too.
it's fantastic because, you know, now this is so funny because like going back to like at least when I was in high school, you know, everybody had an emo phase. I'm still stuck in mine.
I still am too. I'm never gonna outgrow it.
Exactly. No shame, no shame. But
Emo with class.
I feel like it's like, you know, it's mainstream now, which is phenomenal. I'm just like, this could have been like this back in high school, but you know.
It's about time. It's about
Yeah,
time. Well, I remember back in like the early 2000s, you had Korn and System of a Down and all
Evanescence.
Slipknots and all these bands. They were the last wave of metal bands to make the kind of money that pop stars make.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
after that, it just kind of died off. And
Yeah.
then hip hop took over.
And pop as well. Which I mean, not all that bad because I mean they came out with, you know, the Pop Goes Punk series of CDs and stuff, which
That was cool.
so cool. But I like to see it reignited, you know, with what y'all are doing on TikTok.
People love that. They eat it up. So we're
I know.
just like, okay, let's do it.
And that's so cool though because it, you know, definitely helps you get out there as a musician. So if you know, with the pandemic and everything, a lot more bands were getting on TikTok and just to reach their fans and stuff. So,
Yes.
you know, you kind of see a trend there. And, but that's actually translated from your TikTok to your YouTube and Instagram, though.
You mean like the results that I've gotten like across the board?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I went from having like 1,200 subscribers on YouTube to 23,000 because of
Jeez, girl.
Carol of the Bells. I know it's insane. I'm like,
That's so cool.
it's good, but are you sure it's that good? I'm super humble, so I'm just like, wow,
Yeah.
I can't believe that I wake up every day and I'm still look at these numbers and I'm like, I can't believe we did it twice in 1 year.
That's
You know,
awesome.
with This Is Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a blast. Unfortunately, me and Daedric could not do a full length together. There wasn't enough time, and there was lots of logistics involved that
Sure.
just hindered the two of us from collaborating on a full song.
Yeah, that definitely would have been cool to see. But you with Carol of the Bells got what was that like? Well over 1 million views just on TikTok.
It got 11 million views across all platforms. There were people sharing Carol of the Bells that were getting millions on theirs. So there's no telling.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's really no telling.
That's so cool though.
I wish I had a picture of it to show you, but Russell has it in his DMs. I'll send it to you
Yeah.
later in a screenshot.
Okay,
But
cool.
the Ukrainian government sent him a message on Instagram, and it was from their verified account. Yes.
Oh wow.
And they put it. They asked us if they could put it on the Ukrainian Carol of the Bells playlist.
Oh wow.
I was like shocked. I was like, this isn't real. This isn't real. And then we Googled it, and sure enough, it was their Instagram.
Wow.
So, and I didn't know it was a Ukrainian song. I had no idea until all these people from the Ukraine were like, "Oh my gosh, that's a Ukrainian Christmas carol." Oh, cool.
I think I did see something on the news about that where they had there was like a choir or something that from Ukraine that came over to the US to I think it was like perform a concert at one of these iconic music halls. I want to say it was like up north, East Coast maybe. But I was like, I did not know that before, but that's awesome though.
We didn't either. So that's why it went global.
Sweet deal.
But we have a lot of cool plans for Christmas next year too. So
hey, well, definitely can't wait for that. So who would you say are some of your influences?
I actually made a list of those last night. Well, I made a top 5. My very first inspiration to sing female wise was Christina Aguilera.
Aw, I grew up.
Beth Hart. Do you know who Beth Hart is? If you don't, you should. She is a blues singer.
Okay.
she's kind of got this like Janis Joplin grit to her voice, but her range is like Christina Aguilera's range.
Oh,
Incredible, incredible. I'll send you some links later.
yeah.
Alyssa White Glues from Arch Enemy.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
Lizzie Hale. I
Mhm.
love Lizzie Hale, and then Dorothy Martin. Those are my favorites,
Awesome, awesome.
female
Well,
wise.
yeah, yeah. What about like if you got into, male wise, who would you say would you kind of draw influence from there?
Chris Cornell and Howard Jones from Killswitch Engage.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, Randy Blythe. I know he strictly just screams, but
Yeah.
definitely. I
Incredible.
actually
Incredible.
learned to scream listening to Lamb of God.
Oh, nice. And that's awesome though, because like, I mean, a lot of us, me, like can't ever get to those growls, like
It's hard.
it's like, I can only do low growls, but really training yourself to get to those mids and the high screechy ones, I'm like,
It's
I
hard.
have so much respect for all of, you know, every musician that can do that. I'm just like, geez.
You switch from a different part of the voice. I've had people, teach me how to do that on TikTok, and I'd love to be able to respond, but I don't know how to tell them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just do it. And like when we record music, if there are singing and screaming involved in a song, I typically will sing first because the
Yeah.
screaming is just a whole, it's here. And
Yeah.
then singing is like here, here, and here, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't
Definitely.
know. It's weird. If anybody can see what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's really cool though. Also, what I was talking with Daedric about is that back in the day, it used to be a male dominated industry, but it is so cool to have, people like you, Daedric, Amy Lee, being an influence for young girls all over the world, letting them know, hey, you really want to do something, you can do it.
It's really cool. I've had a lot of like parents send me messages on Instagram and TikTok, and my little girl loves you. And
Oh,
yeah, so I'm like, dang, I really need to make sure I'm as appropriate as I possibly can be if there are little girls watching me.
yeah. But
So
it's cool to, be able to be an influence for, the
it
next
is.
generation.
I never would have thought in a million years that that's where my music would take me at
Yeah.
all. I figured I would be, you know, spinning my wheels in the local scene and not quite exactly how it's happening. So that's fantastic.
Right. That's awesome. Well, and speaking of the local scene, Dallas has a very, very strongly supportive local scene.
It does now. A lot of people are leaving LA and
Yeah.
other places in the country that were known to have a really big music scene. Everybody's coming here
Mhm.
now. So that's
Huh.
interesting.
Yeah, and it's interesting because this is like the same way in Houston. There's two different parts of the music scene. You have like the whole original band scene, we're opening for, the homies in the drowning pool. Or, there's also a very strong tribute scene too,
Yeah.
which is always interesting to me because like that's actually where I first started working with tributes was up in Dallas and Tyler, Texas. So
Oh yeah, it's a big scene.
yeah. Yeah, and it seems like to me at least from what I've been seeing lately is like that tribute scene like dominates Dallas.
It
Pretty much.
does.
Just like wow. That's so cool. And
Yeah, it
especially
is
like,
really cool.
you do a lot of the covers and stuff. So, there's a strong listening fan base for that.
There are, and I mean, it's cool and everything. And there's a ton of songs in my arsenal that I've always wanted to cover, but eventually, within the next year, we're going to start kind of channeling our sound towards more metal and doing original metal songs.
Oh,
So
awesome. So you
yeah,
have plans for a full album or are y'all gonna go the EP single by single route?
people seem to respond better to singles and EPs, so that's
Yeah.
probably where we're going to start.
Cool, cool. So will you be playing any live shows this year?
Depends. um, we have our plan is to get well known and recognized on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time we do announce shows, we can actually draw a crowd to come out. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Oh, definitely. For sure. Yeah, because I was going to ask upcoming tour. Well, stay tuned, guys. So, with playing stuff live, though, if you had to pick one, what would be probably your favorite song that you like to play live?
That's a loaded question. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one.
Yeah.
That's a loaded question. It's like asking me who my favorite band is.
Who's your favorite?
um, okay, I can tell you who that is. Parkway Drive. I love them. I will always
Oh,
love Parkway Drive.
awesome.
um,
Yeah, I heard they're really good live too.
oh my god, and they're playing on Sunday, and I didn't
Ooh.
get tickets. I didn't get tickets.
Uh-oh.
So, I have a wedding to pay for this year. That's
Yeah.
so literally every single penny. I'm like, can I do that? No.
Actually, talking about that, for those of you watching who do not know, who is your guitarist?
Russell Holler.
Yeah. And
I wish
Russell
he was here.
Russell is your fiance.
He
Yeah,
is.
that's awesome. So, and a very, very good producer, because I've seen, if any of you guys go over and look at it's Lyric Noel music, right, on TikTok. Yeah,
Well, on TikTok, it's the Lyric Noel, and
the
then it's
Lyric
Lyric
Noel.
Noel music on
Yeah.
Instagram.
So, yeah, if y'all go over to her TikTok or Instagram, he is the man behind the scenes with writing everything, right? And
Yes,
filming and
does it
editing,
all.
mixing, mastering. Yeah. That's super, super awesome.
Yes.
So have you played live shows before?
hmm
Yeah.
Um.
So I always throw this in here because I've definitely gotten some really funny responses. You have any crazy show stories?
Oh, I have to think about that one. Um. Nothing too crazy.
Hmm.
I When I was in my early 20s, like I had just turned 20, I played in this I sang for this metalcore band,
Hmm.
and the only embarrassing thing that happened in the show was the things that came out of my mouth on stage. I I actually was talking to Kristen about this last night.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of old audio recordings from one of my first shows that I played, and I said, "Man, somebody
Oh,
should have been my friend and told me don't talk like that on stage."
oops.
I was a mess. So now I'm
Oh,
a mother and I have a
yeah.
career, so
Awesome. Yeah, because you do hair, don't you?
I do.
That's awesome. You do some really, really good work.
Oh,
Definitely.
thanks.
I love all the vivid neon colors that you get to do.
I wish you lived up here because I would love to do your color.
Oh, I know. Well, we'll be up there end of this month. So that's actually what I talked to Daedric about is having both of y'all come out, before the show we have to do and do an in-person live interview.
You'd have to definitely give me the date so I could put that on my calendar. But
Yeah,
Sundays are best for me. But I
it's
don't
a
know when the show's
Saturday as
scheduled.
far as I know. It's also me and Rod's anniversary. So,
Oh my goodness.
yay, 5 years. Yeah, super exciting. So, yeah, no, definitely would love to see about making that happen. And you have merch too,
I
don't you?
do. I do.
Yes,
I
you
have merch.
do. Yeah, and where can everybody get your merch?
LyricNoel.com.
Awesome. So, make sure you head over to her website. Y'all got some awesome merch because I remember seeing the video that you posted about it.
Oh,
Love that design. It's so cool.
courtesy of Russell again.
Yeah,
Yeah, that man he can do anything.
man of many talents. That's awesome. And I sincerely love seeing couples that do stuff together, especially musically.
I
It's
know.
just the sweetest thing. I'm just like, oh,
I got lucky. I got really lucky.
oh yeah, you and me both. Definitely. So, okay, I always have a really, really random question. So if you had to pick favorite superhero or, by today's standards, supervillain, because they're cooler anyway. So,
I have two. I guess, Scar and Maleficent are my two favorites.
Oh, nice.
I'm a cat lover, so even though he's a horrible, menacing creature, I'm like, I just love him. He just needs love.
I have a few. Obviously Harley Quinn's one of my top.
Yeah, I've just never been into. I like Deadpool. I love Deadpool.
That anti-hero.
There we go. There you go. Catwoman.
Yeah, Deadpool 3 though coming out. I think it's either this year or next year.
Yeah, I think it's.
And Wolverine's in it. I cannot wait. That's gonna be so awesome. And you are all over social media. For those of y'all watching, so on TikTok it's the Lyric Noel. But you also have Facebook, Instagram. You have a Twitter too?
I do, but I don't use it like I should.
Yeah, me.
The profile picture is like 2 years old, so
dang.
No, I don't use it like I should.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, make sure you guys go follow Lyric Noel. Stay tuned because they have an upcoming release. That's dropping soon though, isn't it?
The 10th.
The 10th.
9 days.
That's like a little over a week. Awesome. So yeah, you have to make sure you send me the MP3. We'll do a Rock Rage Radio premiere for you on my show next Tuesday.
I will definitely have Russell send that over to you.
Not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. Yeah. So yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned. Go follow Lyric. She's the master of all things social media, and content is just amazing.
Oh, thank you. I try.
But yeah, just make sure you tune in, rockrageradio.com.